助けてほしいかナナミ。心を燃やせ。限界を超えろ。
Hello and welcome to More Than Headlines, your weekly anime news podcast powered by Audio Technica, made by Australians for global citizens. I'm your extremely humble host and humbly tired today, Brendan White, aka the Salt and Pepper Senpai, and joining in the studio, my trusted co-host and rival, who is also walking wounded, so please be kind to us today. She's the Nezuko to my Tanjiro, Mrs. Courtney Smith. How the bloody hell are ya?
I'm good mentally. Mentally, I feel good. Physically, I'm unwell. Everyone, I've been struck by a head cold over the weekend. But how are you, Brendan?
I'm doing okay. No head cold, just exhausted. I've been on 4 different flights the past 5 days or something like that. So my body is just adjusting to where I am now, and it's good to be home. It's good to be here in the studio with you. But yeah, we're both a little delicate at the moment. So yeah, send all those thoughts and prayers to us, listeners, viewers, and everybody else in between, because we need them. We need them to survive and keep bringing the greatness that is More Than Headlines.
I also really put you to work this week. So we went to dinner. Brendan and I went to dinner, guys. We live in different states, so it's hard for us to catch up, but sometimes we do get to. And this week we went and had really nice Italian food together. And then we recorded a promo video for our big announcement that I think we're going to be announcing this week, right?
You are correct there, my ill little rival. We will be having some formal announcements coming this way on the socials, so keep those eyes and ears peeled, because yeah, we've been working on some pretty cool stuff the last little while, and I'm personally excited to sort of show the world what we got cooking now and into the future. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be so exciting.
The world's not ready for what's to come, but yeah, check us out on them socials to stay up to date with things there, because all will be revealed very, very soon. But what do you think, Courtney? Shall we just do what we always do here on MTH and jump into the news?
Let's read the news.
You like the news?
If that doesn't cure a head cold, I don't know what will. Okay, I am tackling the first piece of headline number 1 here. And the Haigakura anime is being postponed indefinitely from episode 8 onwards. The series started airing this season, but is being paused due to concerns over drops in quality. While the series goes on this break, the first 6 episodes will be rebroadcast weekly during the same time slots.
If you haven't been watching Haigakura, the series follows a young man named Ichiyo who's on a quest to capture the 4 evil gods of his realm who have run away. I was originally going to watch this anime, but after seeing the score tape a very deep nosedive, I decided to give it a pass, and now I'm kind of glad that I did.
And it's funny because I'm probably the more open-minded type when it comes to some of these anime, where if the score is a little subpar, I'm still usually open to it. And as I was traveling this week and I was sort of queuing up some stuff on my iPad to watch in the airports and on the planes and stuff, I looked at this and hovered over it for a couple of seconds thinking, maybe, but something just felt amiss. I didn't know of this news. I didn't know of the steep decline in quality, but there was just something in me saying, no, let's look elsewhere. So I've parked this, but I applaud that the studio and producers have made the hard call here and said, you know what, let's hit pause. Let's go back to the studio and try and improve on this content, and maybe, I don't know, reimagine some of the stuff they did in the previous episodes. I don't know if they're going to rework the stuff that's out or if they're just going to focus on the future episodes to come. But like, I admire and respect them for saying, you know what, this isn't to the stand we want it to be. Let's just, let's hit stop. Let's reevaluate and see if we can bring out something better to salvage this franchise. And that's something that I wish 8-Bit would do a little bit in regarding to Blue Lock and some of their animations that still drive me insane. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. I think more anime should take a leaf out of this book and take the time to focus on the quality of the product being released. And we've already had discussions recently about the sheer amount of anime coming out each season and how hard it is to keep up, not only for obviously studios and the animators, but also for fans. Like, there's over 20 anime coming out every 3 months, and that like it's hard to watch so much content. But of course, people in the industry are under the most pressure, and I am very glad that they are taking this time.
Yeah, they could have also done something like this with Uzumaki, but lest we forget those second, third, and fourth episodes, because the first was so good.
Yeah, I feel like they spent a lot of time on that first one, and then, you know, it really hooked people in. But anyway, I want to talk about something super exciting, because over this past week, we got a very big and fun announcement that the Disney Twisted Wonderland, the animation project, will premiere on Disney Plus in October 2025 and run for 3 seasons. The 3 seasons will each cover the in-game episodes of Hatsune, Savannah Claw, and Octagonal.
And the anime is based off of the game of the same name, which is an otome game that centers around schoolhouses themed around different Disney villains. The game's concept and character designs were created by Yana Tsubo, the mangaka of Black Butler, which I know you love and adore, Courtney.
Yes, so I have been super deep into this game lately, and I love it. Shout out to Leah Williams, the writer for Games Hub. She was actually the one that suggested it to me. Like when she first came up to me and suggested it, she was like, oh, there's this Disney mobile game. And I was like, nah, I'm not interested. I don't care about Disney.
And then did she say there's hot boys?
Yes,
and you went, okay.
That's literally what she said. She's like, there's hot anime boys. And I was like, all right, what's it called? And I've been grinding because, I'm not a Disney girly, but I'm a huge fan of otome games, and Twisted Wonderland ticks every box. There's card gacha, there's auto battling, there's a rhythm game. What is not to love? So, of course, I'm very excited for the anime, and especially since I love the Obey Me anime a lot, which is like the similar thing. Like it was a gacha otome game on mobile, and they made an anime of it.
I'm intrigued by this one. If I remember correct, you did some hype for Twisted Wonderland in a previous episode, and was it a werewolf, like a wolf boy?
Oh
I
my
think
God.
was your main guy. If I remember right, it was a wolf boy, wasn't it? That was your crush.
Okay, yes, but I've changed.
Okay.
So my current Twisted Wonderland crush is Floyd, who is supposed to be similar to Flotsam from the Little Mermaid, but his personality is really cheeky, and not so much that he enjoys pranks, but he's very self-centered, which I really like.
I've sort of like got a mental checklist of things that I know that you latch onto in games, and also the characters that get you excited or stimulate you mentally or emotionally. And there's some common threads here across all these games and franchises. It's fun, I got to say that. But it's Twisted Wonderland sounds interesting, but like Black Butler, I've enjoyed over the years. Nowhere to the extent of yourself, because that was your gateway anime. It will always hold a space near and dear in your heart. But yeah, they're both sort of out of my periphery for the most part. But it sounds kind of cool. I am riding, I think, your hype wave as well, as far as you cheerleading this franchise and this universe, going, you know what? Open minds lead to open doors. Let's give this a look next year. I love also that they've already confirmed 3 seasons. Like, I think that's a very bold step for them to say, hey, we're going to commit to at least 3 seasons to hopefully tell a nice, complete story. Because as you know, there's nothing worse than getting attached to a new franchise, and then after season 1 or, film 1 or whatever the world is, they just go, you know what, that's it. It didn't make the money. We're out, and you don't get a complete sort of story told for yourself. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious regarding the 3 seasons, if it's going to be, 25, 26, 27 as far as the years when it comes out, or if they're going to just maybe stack them in shorter succession. But I'm keen to check out these hot anime adjacent Disney villains. That's for sure.
I am actually also kind of curious about the seasons, because so in the game, all right, that's it. We're diving in. We're getting into it. So in the game, each episode has like 20 to 30 or 40 chapters, and each episode is about like one kind of villain or one house. So the first one, Hatsune, is like the Queen of Hearts, and that's like the story of the house warden, like the main prefect in that house. And then they have one obviously for Savannah Claw, which is Scar, and then they have what's the octopus?
Octavanel?
Yeah.
Oh, like Ursula?
Ursula, that's right. So they all have their own episodes, which is like comprised of like maybe not even like 5 hours of story. It's probably like 2 hours. So I think I'm wondering how they will release it. Like, are the episodes going to be shorter 5-minute episodes? And it's like 12 5-minute episodes, which is what they did with Obey Me. But I think it also means we're most likely going to get more seasons, because currently they're up to episode or chapter 7 in the game. So could be more.
It's good to see. Like, I love that Disney are branching out more, and we're seeing that more with the like, it's not in the docket here, but the Star Wars related content. They're like leaning and leveraging off so many fantastic anime studios to constantly make stuff in that world as well. And it is some of the strongest stuff that Disney have released from an animation perspective in quite a while. So yeah, they're consistently building out their anime sort of back catalog and library. So there's a lot of choice coming out for us otakus now, which is great.
Love to see it.
All right, something else is great. We've got some new Kaiju No.8 news this past week, and with the announcement of a compilation film. The film is a compilation and recap of all the episodes of season 1 of the anime, and will screen in Japanese theaters from March 28th of next year. A new original episode titled Hoshina's Day Off will also be screened with the compilation film, and is a brand new anime original episode written by Yuto Tsukuda, the creator of Food Wars, one of my favorite franchises of all time. So I am so excited. Courtney.
Literally eating well. With the second season of the anime streaming on Crunchyroll next year, it'll be good to have the compilation film as a way for people to recap before they dive back into the world of Kaiju No.8. And hopefully we also get the new Hoshina's Day Off episode on streaming services here in Australia, because I personally am a huge fan of original and filler episodes.
Me too. I like, because it's just such a tone differentiator from what we're used to, and those little quieter moments just allow us to breathe, get a little bit more familiar and intimate with these characters, and it's just a fun time and a great addition to, you know, the broader universe as a whole. So yeah, give me all of the kaiju related content. If we can somehow get a Kaiju No.8 / Food Wars crossover one day, holy shit, I will die instantly. But yeah, I'm super excited. But I also want to shout out in regards to kaiju and that universe. Where is my goddamn Shinomiya statue? I ordered this thing months ago. It was meant to be here in June, Crunchyroll. Then you moved it to July, now August. And apparently now it's April of 2025 it's going to get here. I'm so upset because it's a great statue and I want it on the shelf back here. And yet they just keep doing me dirty.
They have to paint her clothes. That's why it's taking so long. They have to make it perfect for you, Brendan.
Okay, I can appreciate that. Like, if it's perfection that's going to arrive in a little under 6 months' time, that's fine. But it's like, don't have a release date like in June and then go, actually, no, it's July, now it's August, sorry, now it's April. Like, I reckon it's going to keep getting kicked down the line and it's never going to get here. And like, the statue was like $250.
Ooh.
Like, it wasn't a little cheapy. Like, she's a very detailed statue, and I want to have sort of pride of place back here. For the audio listeners, I'm sorry I'm pointing to my shelving, but yeah, she's just out there in the ether doing her own thing with a big axe.
I'm sure she'll arrive safe and sound in April. Fingers crossed. But okay, I will say this is the only manga that I am fully caught up on that's like currently being published. It's the only one that I'm currently reading because I love Gen so much.
Yeah, he's your boy.
He is like very close to Tomoe, like on the charts. Like,
man,
I love him. Like, I have the tattoo. I literally have him tattooed on me. Like, anyway, so the thing I'm most excited about season 2 of Kaiju No.8 is the appearance of him, because he was teased at the very end of the last episode of season 1, and the best part is he's going to be voiced by one of my favorite Japanese voice actors, Koki Uchiyama. He voices Rin in Blue Lock, Itoshirin. He voices Shigaraki in My Hero, Inumaki in JJK, and Tsukishima in Haikyuu. So he's got that kind of like sultry, like bored sounding voice, which I love. So I'm very excited.
That's on the list in my head as well, as far as things you love about characters. The one thing that does, it didn't ruffle my feathers a ton, but it certainly got the internet in a fluster regarding Gen's transition into the anime. The character model is a little lacking compared to the manga, I feel. They've done him dirty in a few ways, so I hope that changes when we get more Gen time for season 2, because there was a few moments where I'm like, you were such a force in the manga, and like, he's an amazing character, don't get me wrong, I love him, but when I saw him translated to screen, I was just like,
I think we will, because I think he's one of those characters where the mangaka will draw him two kinds of ways, and one is the really like blank, like flat face, because he is that kind of like lazy character. So they use that to express it. So when he first appeared on screen, it was him being like, oh, why am I here?
Just deadpan, no selling anything, just wants to play video games.
Yeah, so I think once we get into his kind of actual arc and action, I think we'll definitely get to see him like looking like an absolute daddy.
Yeah, and I also want to say I'm proud of you for persisting and reading the manga, because like, we're not going to spoil anything here, but holy guacamole, like the latest chapters where it's taking us, it's like, whoa, all right. Like, yeah, I'm not spoiling a damn thing, but it is such a great read, and it's still just drawn so well, and it's just a fantastic experience overall, whether you're in the anime or the manga. Like, it is still one of my favorite pieces of content out there.
I genuinely had no idea that it was going to go where it's gone, and I'm like so just gagged. I don't even have words.
It felt like it sort of just refreshed everything.
Yeah.
Like, it was, big stakes, big kaiju battles, really cool stuff happening all the time, but where they've taken it from like the last few chapters, I'm like, man, it just feels almost like a reset in a way.
Yeah.
And now the stakes are just completely unknown again with what could or could not transpire from here. Like, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's insanely cool. And it's really like, as someone who doesn't read much manga, being able to read this like, every month as a new chapter comes out has been really, really nice.
Yeah, and then the B-side stuff they do as well, where we do get a little bit of backstory and some downtime with our MCs is always good as well. So, Kaiju No.8 is still one of the best franchises that I've jumped into in any form this year by a long way.
All right, let's get into some rapid fire news on the horizon, presented by Otaku Box, the only anime box with scale figures, voting, and ecchi, if you are so inclined. First story is a bit of a wild one. So, Best Jeanist, yes, the hero from My Hero Academia, has won the real life Best Jeanist award.
And did you know, Courtney, that Best Jeanist has won this award 8 years in a row?
Yeah.
No one can defeat Best Jeanist.
I mean, he is the best Jeanist. Like, the lore here is that his character was written based on the award. Like,
really?
Yeah, so the reason he exists is because of the Best Jeanist award, because this award has been going since I think the 80s in Japan, and basically is awarded to people who have made great strides in the denim industry, whether that's people who wear denim really well, people who make cool, clothing from denim, that kind of thing. Thank you, Japan, for your weird and wonderful cultural quirks. But yeah, Best Jeanist exists because of this award.
I love it. Like, I remember coming across Best Jeanist, like, when I first sort of jumped into season 1 of the anime, and I'm like, who is this character? And why is he just wearing one giant pair of jeans? Like, why does he have a jean leg and a belt covering his face? Like, I don't understand what's happening. But then you find out he's one of the strongest heroes in Japan, and now is, an award winner, getting a lot of love from the Japan Jeans Council. Like you said, it's just Japan personified for you right there. I think, like, I'm not surprised. It's great though.
It's, just a great little like fact as well. Like, if you're listening and you're talking to your friends about anime, you can be like, yeah, Best Jeanist actually has won a real life award 8 times in a row.
So great. So great.
So the next piece of news is very exciting and I think really points to a shift that's happening in anime distribution. But Sanrio is going to be streaming the I Cinema Roll anime in English on YouTube. So this series is like a mini series about Cinema Roll and his adventures, and it's going to be streaming on YouTube now for free officially every Friday or Saturday for us at I guess in the morning. But yeah, we're just getting full episodes in English dub of this show.
Yeah. It's great. I'm all for it. The series debuted with the English dub as of 2 days ago. So that first episode you can go cop right now on YouTube, which is a good time to be had for all. But like you said, I like that this is making anime as yet again more accessible, and they're trying to cater to broader audiences and trying to grab more of the the English speaking communities out there with iCinema Roll here. And will I watch it every week? Probably not. Will I just live through you giving me updates on this? Most definitely. But I'll certainly cop an episode or two to see what's going on, because it is cute and it is fun and we need that in our life sometimes.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I like these little anime. Obviously, Chikawa is my main one, so might pick up iCinema Roll. He's a cute little guy.
I've forgotten the name of my guy that I backed when we were first talking about Cinema Roll.
Pom Pom Purin.
Pom Pom Purin, yeah. That's my boy. Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah.
Dog butt.
Dog butt, yeah. I'm all about it.
And the last bit of rapid fire news we have is Sazae-san has extended the Guinness World Record for the longest animated show to 55 years from 50 years. So yeah, this show has been running for 55 years now. It has over 8,500 episodes. It's one of my favorite trivia questions to ask people, which anime has the most episodes, because people always say One Piece. I'm like, no.
Yeah, One Piece has 1/8 of the amount of episodes of Sazae-san.
Yes, Sazae-san is the most. But yeah, so it originally got the 40 longest running show at 45 years, then 50 years, and it's been renewed again at 55 years.
It's really impressive. And even the lady that voices Sazae-san, Sazae Fukuta, she's also got her own Guinness World Record for voicing like the longest career as a voice actor for the same character of an animated TV series, in parentheses, for the female. Yeah, shout out to both the Sazae-san anime itself as well as Sazae Fukuta, who award winners. 55 years is insane.
It's so cool. Like, just for that, like, that's almost a lifetime.
That's a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be happy if I live past 55, let alone do something for 55 years straight. So shout out to everyone involved in this franchise.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about what we've been watching, though, because while I haven't had time to watch loads of anime, I did actually get to watch something else this week. So I got to go and see Hatsune Miku live in concert in Sydney on Wednesday. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm not at all jealous. Shout out also to Live Nation for slinging us a couple of media passes to get along and cover this one. But sadly, my work scheduling decided to fist me 7 ways from Sunday, and I couldn't align to either the Sydney or the Melbourne shows. So Courtney went in my absence there. I saw a lot of great coverage on the socials from yourself and from many friends of the podcast here, having a great time singing and dancing along. Tell me, what was the vibe like? What's the energy like in that stadium? Because it's hard to gather, because obviously for those that don't know, like, this is a digital character on a screen doing her thing. There is like a real life band around the stage, and there's some real people woven into this experience. But for the most part, like, Hatsune is a digital avatar that we're seeing do her thing. And like, is that jarring? Is that like any less of an experience compared to like a traditional concert? Like, you've been to many concerts and gigs, but you said you had a great time regardless. So give me the play-by-play.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be jarring. And at first so she came out and she performed 2 songs, which everyone loved. And then she came out and she talked to everyone. Like, she was like, "Hey, Sydney, I'm so happy to be here." And I was like, But I don't know like what happened, but I just was so swept up in it. Like I couldn't look away. Like the visuals were gorgeous. Like they basically had all of the Vocaloids that they'd brought over from Japan on this giant screen. And it was extremely high definition. Like you've never seen anything like it. Like it was amazing. It looked fantastic. The audio was fantastic as well. I would say it was like 95% full. Like there were more people at this concert than there were at a K-pop concert I went to recently in the same theater.
Damn. Okay.
So, you know, quite popular. And I mentioned Leah earlier this episode, but I brought her along with me. And she'd never really experienced Vocaloid or Miku at all. And she, by the end of it, she was like, I'm converted. Like, I love this. I'm going to go and like watch a bunch of videos. She didn't know there were like different characters. She thought Miku was the only one, but she learned about like Rin and Len and Taito and all of them. She learned about all of them. It was great. There were so many cosplayers. Everyone looked fantastic. It was awesome. And I've started listening to Vocaloid music again.
I love this. It looked fun, and just the usage of glow sticks from the crowd, certainly everything I saw that was just elevated by just the crowd interaction, because those glow sticks were working overtime by everybody in these shots that you were sharing and other stuff I saw on the socials. So I'll definitely add this to my to-do list. If she comes on yet another world tour, I'm going to like tell work to stick it up their ass. I'm going to this concert regardless, because there was a lot of FOMO as I saw sort of the social clips getting shared around. I'm like, man, this is something that I might never experience, but I want it so bad. There was just so much FOMO and just sadness that I wasn't there, but I still got to have a good time, you know, secondhand through yourself and other people.
Yeah, it was just a really good experience, and really like kind of brought me back to my teenage years, like listening to World Is Mine. I was like, oh, it's so good.
And I saw like there was an absolute bucket load of cosplay as well. Like so many people fronted up in cosplay to sort of further enhance that experience and show their love to this character in this world.
Yeah, they crushed it, honestly. Shout out to the cosplayers.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of anime, I didn't get to watch much, but I did watch episode 5 of How I Went to an All Guys Mixer. This episode was so cute because I think we actually get to see arguably my favorite characters in the show. So we have Asagi, who he's like the kind of clueless, like blonde himbo guy. And then there's Fuji, who is one of the drag kings. And she is a big, big otaku. She writes her own doujinshi. So she was running a booth at Comiket, and she asked him to help out, and it was really, really sweet. I actually think the show is my favorite rom-com this season, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
that's good to know. Like it's on my list because I feel I'm really going to enjoy it when I finally take the plunge, but I just need to prioritize my time a little better so I can give it the time it deserves, because all the chatter that you've been sort of sharing about this anime on this podcast, as well as some other people within the space that I really sort of value their opinions on as well, they're all talking glowingly about it as well. So I'm like, shit, I got to commit some time and check this out already.
It's really cute and clean. And I think the thing that makes it really good is the dynamics between the characters. Like obviously having these drag kings and then these kind of like university level boys studying, and these are their friends. Mm-hmm. But I do hope there is one character, Hagi. He's really weird about being attracted to a woman that dresses like a man, and I'm like, grow up, Huggy. It's 2024, bro.
You know Huggy's going to have the redemption arc coming, I'm sure of it.
I hope so. He needs it.
Yeah, I'm sure. But no, I'll definitely make some time to check this out. Maybe this week while I'll be sort of back here in Melbourne the whole week, I'll commit to watching a few episodes to share some high-level thoughts on episode 25 of MTH. So I know the other one we got, which we'll collectively deep dive on in a second, but is there anything else you wanted to mention you've watched this week, or do you want me to sort of jump into the driver's seat?
Oh, I'll let you have the mic.
Okay, thank you. Couple of super quick high level ones that I was just looking for some background or some hands-free anime, as we've sort of called it here. I checked out the healer who was banished from his party is in fact the strongest. Anyone that's heard of similar titles in the anime churn over the last several years will probably get a pretty good idea of where this is going to go immediately. Completely fine fantasy. It's no award winner by any means, but it's an easy watch. It's that same cyclical fantasy drop that we get without fail. Our MC Laust is very, very forgettable of a character, not only in just like the character model is very mid. Like, you usually get like at least your fantasy MC. There's a bit of a handsomeness vibe about him or a bit of a cool vibe, but there's a bit of a sort of just a bumbling guy in a generic trench coat that's a mage that can do some healing and whatever else. So he's sort of there front and center, but I don't really care about him. I care about his companion, Nasena. She's certainly where this show's at. Like she's a cute character. She's fun. She's enjoyable. She's very happy-go-lucky. She's like a martial artist that wants to become the next big adventurer, and she's got a bit of a soft spot for Laos. So you sort of see that dynamic build. I've watched the 8th episode this morning, so I'm up to date on where it is at the moment. It's fine. It's enjoyable, but there's something that sort of has intrigued me the last couple episodes because, Nasena is also carrying like this big secret that could sort of impact the world forever and ever and ever. So it's like, ooh, what's going to play out? But she's cute. She's crushing on Laust. Laust is just a bumbling fool that doesn't really know how to do much apart from be a bit of a badass, even though everyone thinks he's just a dud. But it's fine. It's like if I was scoring it, probably a 6.5 out of 10, but like I've watched far worse. So I don't regret my time with that. I also watched a couple more episodes of 365 Days to the Wedding.
I love it.
You enjoy? You watching it?
Yeah, I'm watching it. I just watched episode 5.
Okay.
So cute.
It is cute. Like, I love that awkward dynamic and confusion we get between Takuya and Rika and their, engagement in parentheses for the audio listeners, because it is a share marriage at the moment to avoid them going to Alaska for their job, which is still just the silliest premise ever. But you know what? They're committed to working at this travel agency and they refuse to look elsewhere for jobs to avoid that type of stress. So watching them navigate being engaged with, like, we're starting to see it get folded in now with friends, like the big successful father comes to town to try and work out what's going on, other work colleagues, and just sort of seeing them navigate that crazy world of being in a fake relationship / now fake soon to be married is fun. There's some quirkiness, there's some silliness, but then you're seeing some of that heart come through as well, where both of these characters are like, no, I want to do the right thing. I want to make sure he or she cares about me and can see that I'm being earnest with this. So it's kind of nice that there is a bit of heart and genuine care starting to develop between these two characters. Like, they are very awkward and introverted and both a little aloof as to what's happening, but I think that adds to the charm. And even though I feel like we know exactly how this is all going to play out in the end, where they're going to get married for real and live happily ever after and avoid going to Alaska, it's still fun. I enjoy watching this awkwardness with these two trying to deal with their feelings and work out if this share marriage is going to become something real and everything else in between. So it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's relatable. I think we can all be understanding of sort of those, what are these feelings that I'm feeling, when you're in those situations where you're trying to unpack what the heart's trying to tell you. So it's fun. It's
a very easy watch for sure. I feel like I was enjoying it less so when they were kind of in the office, but now in the past few episodes, they've gone to the countryside to meet Takuya's family, and that is really, really cute. Like, his grandma, she's so sweet, and Rika is kind of like learning more about not just like his hometown, but like she's getting to experience something that she loves, which is geography. Like, she knows a lot about the area of Mount Usor and things like that. So she's enjoying it in a way I think she wasn't expecting, and it makes it really, really sweet.
Yeah, it's just like you said, Courtney, it's an easy watch. It's got a lot of heart, a lot of enjoyment, and like, I don't think there's going to be any major shocks. There's going to be nothing traumatic coming your way. It's just a nice, again, like a cozy comfort food based anime, and it's a good time. I don't want to go too deep, but episode 8 of Blue Box was really good as well. was a little bit of a change of pace from the last couple of episodes where maybe they were focusing more on the budding romance and the will they won't they, where this is more so focused on their quest to get to nationals. So there's a lot more sports-centric animation going on in here. And again, like the animation style when we're seeing these boys on the badminton court is so good. And watching Taiki sort of try and fight his way to nationals is really great because, you know, he's the little engine that could. You can't help but root for this little first year and you want to see him succeed. And, you know, his constant optimism and drive is just a good force for not only the people around him, but also as the viewer. Like you just go, yeah, like if this guy can do it, like we can do it, you know, like he's a good role model, little Taiki. And we do get a few little sort of sprinklings of the love triangle that's sort of building between Chi and Hina and Taiki as well, but for the most part it's more like let's just focus on the sport in this episode. It was a good sort of shift of gears and yeah, really, really enjoyable. I don't know if you're up to date on Blue Box. You're still a few episodes back?
Yeah, I'm still a few episodes behind. But yeah, you know, sentiment is the same. Like it's still fantastic. Every episode ends and I'm like, wait, that was it? Like where's the rest of the episode? That lasted 2 minutes and you know, it's really, really good.
Really, really, really good. And I watched the latest episode as well as obviously episode 31 of Blue Lock came out the day after we recorded previous MTH. But with this one, episode 32 aired this morning. So I downloaded on my plane ride back to Melbourne. And these first two episodes, we're seeing the match between the Blue Lock team and the Japanese under-20s team finally kick off. And the hype is very real, Courtney. Like, yes, we still do get some janky overview animation when we're watching some of these characters run up and down the pitch again, but we don't get a lot of that this episode, these last two episodes, which I'm very thankful for. We just get a lot of those tight mid shots with the faces and the crazy ability awakening color clouding that they get going on and all that. And that's like where this franchise really shines. And I don't know who hasn't been on the social this past week, but you're seeing a lot of footage circulate of Nagi scoring a goal in episode 31. And man, oh man, it was like a hype fist bump table smash moment. Like I watched them like, fuck, like this is so good. I'm so back in. And that's where that episode ended. But then episode 32 just flies straight in on the back of that momentum. And we see the entire first half between those two episodes play out with the match between these two teams. It's really, really, really good. It's really hype. I love like the drama that comes from sports anime, and we're feeling that and then some in this, like seeing the sibling rivalry between Rin and Sae on rivaling teams here. Who's going to be the next big thing? Who's the genius football player out of Japan going to be out of these two? But also, I want to shout out to Oliver Aiku, who is the under-20s defender, who is like the oldest looking under-20s guy you'll ever see in all of anime. Like, you know, got the beard, got the different colored eyes, gruff, buff, grizzled, hardened, and just a bad motherfucker. And he's a cool character. And he just adds another layer to this sort of sauce fest that is Blue Lock, because, you know, there is a lot of hot football boys, and this guy is like fighting for the crown, I reckon. Like, he's ascending up there because he's something completely different to the rest of the boys we've seen. Like, there's the boys, and now we got the man, it feels like.
Truly, that's actually what it's like. He's just like the little like spots of facial hair. I'm like, whew, okay.
And then like, the different colored eyes, and then sort of his sort of defending skill set. And when we get these cool, really artistic animations and cutaways, and he's got like this big snake spirit animal, I guess you could call it, when he's sort of strangling people with his defensive abilities. Like it's a bit sexy, but he's just a dude as well. So yeah, it feels like Blue Lock is on the upswing again after a bit of janky animation in the last few episodes.
He's a man's man.
He is a man's man. Like, I can respect that. Like, I can pay it forward. Like, game recognizes game, Courtney, as they say. Yeah, shout out to Oliver Aiku. But I guess we'll end our thoughts here on what we've been doing and what we've been consuming this past week. Episode 8 of Dandadan dropped a couple of days ago. What were your thoughts, Mrs. Smith?
I am so glad that this week is less sad. Last week was an absolute roller coaster emotionally, so I really, really needed the break. And we got a new monster. We got Ira's transformation. I felt so bad for Momo this week with her misunderstanding of Okarun's kind of situation and relationship with Aira. But seeing him address it was really, really nice. He's our faithful king.
Yeah, Okarun he's just the best. I love him so much. And sort of some context behind that is after the big battle with Acrobatic Silky, he's realized that he's got to get stronger in order to protect Momo and the other people he cares about. So like they're back at school and she's like, you know what, let's get lunch together on the roof as usual. Nah, I can't. I've got to, do some study on a test. Let's do something like later this afternoon. Nah, I'm busy. And so he's sort of ducking her. And then Momo's like, it's kind of weird. Like I trust Okarun with all this because, he's not like that. He's not out there two-timing me or whatever else. But yeah, he's off training to sort of strengthen himself up to become the protector that, he envisions he needs to be to keep Momo and everybody else safe. But then we find out as well that in these moments, Aira has started to develop some big old feelings for Mr. Ken as well. So she's dealing with that. And she goes straight out and she's like, yo, I love you. And seeing them like interact like behind the school shed where she's trying to lay a big smooch on him and they're sort of pushing and shoving back and forth and he's holding her face like away like this with the palm. It's just crazy schoolyard antics. And I was like laughing and smiling and, getting a bit emotional here and there because it's just sweet and it's just so fun and so well done. And yeah, your heart does sink a little bit when you see Momo's out picking up a couple of juices for her and her girlies and then sees in that exact moment where Aira's fallen on top of Ken and you're like, uh-oh, what's going to happen here? But we don't have to sort of think too much about this because she's back in the classroom moping and then we get another Serpo attack. We got the goddamn aliens back again, chasing these poor kids for their banana organs yet again, realizing that, yes, Mr. Ken's banana organ is probably the most rare one on planet Earth we're gauging because he's got the Turbo Granny yokai power infusion into his bits and these aliens want it all. And so we get some really cool / really eerie and creepy and unsettling scenes with the Serpos again. Like they're just a character model that just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, they're gross, just gross. I did like though, so while this is all happening to Ken, Momo is dealing with this creature. So Dan and I were watching and we were kind of speculating and he was like, oh, it's Godzilla. And I was like, oh, it's like a dinosaur, like a lizard. And he's like, what is it? And at the end, we're like, it's Nessie. And then they confirm it's some kind of Nessie spin-off. We're like, it's Nessie.
Yeah, I was curious if you were going to get there or not, if you were still going to be like, we're still not sure what it is. But yeah, we get the Nessie Godzilla hybrid going on here. And when you see it sort of suck up the energy and then just like hyper beam through the school and just like rip the school in half, like you can see how powerful this damn thing is. And in that moment, like Momo's feeling very helpless. She's very isolated. She can't find Okarun. She's sort of screaming out. And we find out as well, we get a bit more context from the Serpos here where they're like, when we use this particular ability where we sort of engulf you in, I don't know, alien-based shield or a bubble, unless you have certain amount of supernatural abilities or aura, you don't have any idea of like what's happening at the moment. It's just normal for everybody else. And hence why Aira, Ken, and Momo have sort of been sucked up into this bubble. So they're sort of trying to fight for their lives in a few different predicaments where, yeah, Momo's fighting Nessie and Ken, and then Aira, where we see this episode ending with her sort of leveling up as well, where you see that sort of fusion and bond that she had with Silky at the end of episode 7 has now given her some powers. So it ends on a pretty big moment where we get almost just like a little taster, a little tease of Aira and her yokai powers. But man, it's so good. This show and this anime and this manga is perfection, and I cannot say enough good things about it.
I also need to shout out, of course, Courtney's Okarun moment of the episode, which is him transforming and Aira being so needy and annoying. And he's like, just like, shut up, go away. I'm like, I wish that was me.
Please belittle me, Okarun, please.
Yes, please. I'm begging.
Yeah, I love his broody sort of personality change with
good.
that. But yeah, seeing that transition from Aira into, like yokai Aira, or yokaira, I guess we could sort of call her right now. patent pending. It's really cool. Like the giant pink hair that's just like almost like big whips, and you can see she's a bit of a bad bitch, and we're going to see that sort of unfold in episode 9. But man, we've only got 4 episodes left.
I can't. I'm like excited for more, but I also know that more means closer to the end. I'm so torn.
Yeah, but we got more to come. That I am sure.
Yokatta.
But that's what we've been watching, Courtney. That, it's been a jam-packed week for a whole host of reasons. Like you've been to a concert, been around the country, we've been in alien-infested schoolyards, we've been, watching all guys mixers. It's been a time. But anything else you wanted to mention or shout out before we close this down for another week?
I want to shout out Bar Toddies for the bread, the burrata, the prosciutto, the tomato, the pasta, the cocktails, everything. That's where we went the other night. And as always, the food is just fantastic.
Yeah, if you are looking for a fun, casual, yet a little bit fancy meal to take friends, partners, family, work colleagues, whatever. Yeah,
yourself.
Bar Toddies. Yeah, yourself. Solo dates are great. Like, don't take any shame in ever taking yourself out solo to lunch or dinner or the movies. Like, own that shit. You'll have a great time. Don't let anyone tell you or make you feel otherwise. But yeah, Bar Toddies. Holy moly, I'll be back there as soon as humanly possible.
Yes. So good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also, I just want to shout out again, even though I've harped on about it the last couple of weeks, Marriage Toxin. I am so invested in this world, Courtney.
Okay.
Assassins and love. Yes, 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 yes. I'm nearly up to date. I've got a couple of chapters left till I'm fully caught up. So it's just a good time.
Okay. I'm excited to hear how it is when you finally caught up. I might do a little bit of digging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. And something else I also like is positive ratings and reviews. So please do that on all your podcast platforms of choice, preferably Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Sadly, the machine is broken. It only accepts 5 stars. So just hit that little 5-star, drop a little rating or a review there, because it takes no time, costs no money, and means the world to content creators like ourselves. And if you're checking us out on TikTok and YouTube, chuck a like, chuck a comment, chuck a subscription, chuck a share, chuck all those things out into the ether, because it costs you no money and it's just a good time. You want that positive karma in your life, don't you, Courtney?
It makes us feel so good and appreciate it. Sometimes, actually, I say sometimes, yesterday I went and I looked, I was like, podcast charts, and Googled our podcast, and I was like, oh, yay. People are saying nice things about us. Yay.
Yes, indeed. Looking at the live charts right now, we're currently the 9th rated podcast in Canada for anime and manga. So go figure.
Hi, Canada.
Taking over the world one country at a time. Yeah, bonjour to the French Canadians.
I want the poutine.
Oh, all the poutine. And if you're hunting for poutine, you're a Sydney sider, go to Bar Luca or Be All Burgers and get a Blame Canada. It's my favorite burger in Sydney. Thank me later. But get excited. Stay tuned to the socials. You can follow Courtney at Courtney_San. You can follow me at More Than Senpai, because we've got some juicy announcements coming your way. So be sure to follow us on there, and hunt us down on Blue Sky as well, because that seems to be the platform of choice moving forward. It is much more dickhead free than Twitter/X, and it seems like a positive community is cultivating there in the anime and manga spaces. So hunt us down on there as well. But listeners, viewers, Sugoi Squad, whether your anime be subbed, dubbed, or still yet to come, enjoy yourself, and much love to all the gorgeous waifus and husbandos out there. Goodbye.
Mata ne.